Hey, this is Perch, and it's time to take a look at what DC will be shipping out in September. There's a long list. DC continues to actually increase a lot of their comics that they're putting out monthly. What's weird is I know that like in the last 24 hours, largely thanks to an Eric Larson tweet. Suddenly there's this big rumor that the big two are planning to stop monthly comics and just do trades again, which is I get nothing. Nothing indicates that anywhere other than some people speculating this on social media. For what it's worth, I was actually looking at some old comic newsletters from the '80s where there was speculation that DC was going to do that, particularly after the implosion. So as we go through September solicitations, I think that people are worrying about the wrong things. Like maybe people should be worried about the page rate and the money that are being paid to creators continuing to sink. That's a big problem. But in terms of producing content, well, let's go through it together. So, as we mentioned in the other video, I am Batman #1, John Ridley, Oliver Capil. This is a new ongoing series that is taking place in Future State. So this is set in the future. Jace Fox is basically continuing the adventures of him taking on the Batman mantle as they sew these two pieces together. I mean, the big news here is the Git is Oliver Capil, who is, of course, a major artist. We have some nice variants by Greg Capullo. DC is definitely going to push this title, and we'll see. The big question mark again is how long Oliver Capil is on this book. But meanwhile, over in Batman 112, we had Fear State begin last month in August, so now it's September, and we're well into Fear State, James Tynion's newest kind of title, which brings us closer to the events in Future State with the Magistrate and everything else. So this is a story over a year in the making, they say, but this is basically that the Scarecrow has unleashed an attack on Gotham, and that these are going to be the events that lead us to this Future State world of Batman. So that's Batman 112. We also have Batman 113. And here again, we've got Batman and his new buddy hanging out and dealing with kind of the various shenanigans of old Jonathan Crane. We get Batman Secret Files Miracle Molly, or as I like to call it, a comic to create more IP. As James Tynion puts out this book with his new character that is not quite Punchline popularity, but does seem to be getting some pickup. We have Catwoman number 35, which will be tying into Fear State, Future State, lots of states here. Basically this is Harley Quinn and Ivy and Catwoman kind of dealing with the consequences of what's going on there. Get a show like Poison Ivy kind of screaming on the cover, so that's all nice. That's a nice variant cover right there. Nightwing number 84. This is not tying in to Fear State, but this is the Bat family receives misleading information from Oracle. Who hacked Bab's network? Who's screwing around with that? Anyway, this is the anti-Oracle. I take that back. It's not tying into Fear State, but then they do say it kind of ties into Fear State. So sure, maybe. Who knows what's going on? Detective Comics 1043. It is labeled Fear State. This is Mariko Tamaki. It has the backup story by Matt Rosenberg. And this is kind of more along the lines of what's going on there with Batman and some mysteries around Red Hood. Harley Quinn number 7, tying in with Fear State, and she's apparently camping. So, this is Harley Quinn is the title where they pretend Harley Quinn is writing the solicitation, which is just charming and not in any way an old joke that has run its course. But Hugo Strange, clown, so goes on a camping trip. But anyway, there you go. I love her little plant dogs, sure. Batman Urban Legends number 7. Here we're getting in Neo Gotham. We've got the Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond for a story with him. We've got some stories with Cassandra Cain, and we have a future story, a different future story of the Dark Knight and Batman 1 Million. So kind of more of future stuff here. This is an $8 title that is, they're trying to put little things into it, but it's a hefty price tag for what is basically kind of an anthology type series. We talked about this before, Batman versus Bigby. So here is the Wolf in Gotham by Bill Willingham. We have Batman: The World Special Edition. We did hear that this was this was coming. Brian Azzarello's. This is his new story, the hardcover anthology. So this is a special edition, basically kind of a look at the story that's going to be happening. That's why it's so cheap as opposed to actual comic. Batman Nightwatch Bat Tech special edition. That's a lot of Bat stuff in one. So this is, again, another 25-cent bundled type of comic designed to do some marketing. An interesting approach for DC to be doing some of this stuff. Here's the Batman Fortnite 0 Point Special Edition. Again, this is a 25-cent comic to promote that. Not that it needs promotion, because this comic is doing extremely well on its own. We get the first issue of Deathstroke Incorporated by Josh Williamson and Howard Porter. This is a kind of an all-new story. He's wiping his sword, his bloody sword, with Batman's cowl and cape. So that's kind of fun. There's some nice stuff. I like some of these throwback titles. Why we've got just a Black Canary in here? Why not? Sure. Anyway, we do have because Black Canary is appearing in the book. That's why. So there you have it. So Aquaman: The Becoming. This is the Jackson Hyde limited series. And it's unclear where Arthur and Mara are fitting into this book, but in theory they're gonna. I mean, they're on the cover. Maybe this is just he gets to kind of check them out that way. But anyway, and then we also get the what's going to be the companion book, even though they're not tying into each other as far as we know. Black Manta, which is also a 6-issue limited series. And then we have the Harley Quinn animated series title, Eat, Bang, Kill, #1. Sure. This is based off of the TV show. Suicide Squad King Shark. This is DC really hoping that King Shark was a breakout character of the James Gunn Suicide Squad show. So there we have that. This is a 6-issue King Shark. I mean, we live in a time where there's 6 issues of King Shark. Right? Just throw that out there. Are You Afraid of Darkseid? Coming out in September as opposed to October for reasons best known to DC. But this is kind of a number of Darkseid-based kind of horror-ish stories. So hair-raising. All a Halloween-based story in September. Well, no, but you're in September. It's coming out the first week of October. You know what? What are you even doing to me here, DC? Titans United, 7-part series here, which is going to bring together various incarnations of the Titans into fight one big threat. Their own powers. Sure. Here's Joker Volume 1. This is a hardcover collection of the Joker series. Why is that thrown in here at this particular moment? I'm not sure. Here's Far Sector, which again, another collection of that series. And here's the Other History of the DC Universe collection. We have that. Here's the first compendium for Milestone. This being kind of the original work of Milestone, not the current relaunch, but the originals. And then we get into Action Comics 1035, where Superman says, "I'm going out for smokes," and doesn't come back. So he is, he must put up or shut up. So another march toward future state, perhaps. Batman 89 #2. Billy D. Williams continues to create craziness as Harvey Dent the march to Two-Face. Batman Reptilian #4. Liam Sharp and Garth Ennis putting in what's definitely a highly anticipated story, I think, at this point. We'll know the first issue next week. Batman The Adventures Continue Season 2 #4. Batman the Detective #5 by Tom Taylor and Andy Kubert. This is a 6-part series, and it's kind of slipped under the radar with 10,000 other Batman titles that are going on. So it's a decent book, but there's so much Batman, a lot of stuff's getting missed. Is kind of my observation there. Here's Batman Superman 22. This is the last issue of this title. They're calling it a series finale. There's some expectation that they're going to come back to this on some front, but I know the sales haven't been what they expected. But all the same, Mxyzptlk and Calendar Man doing some craziness. Blue and Gold, #3 of 8, as they continue to search for social media fame is kind of the plan here. And they got a dune buggy. So. Challenge of the Super Sons number 6. This is just reprinting what was going on in digital, but nice to see this story back. Checkmate number 4. Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Malev finally getting this book, which was plotted and planned quite some time ago off the runway and out. This is I believe this is a 6-part series. It's not listed. It's not listed as any kind of limited series or ongoing, but that is my understanding. Crush Lobo number 4, 4 of 8 here. 8-part series featuring the adventures of the unlikely father-daughter pair as they destroy things. DC Horror presents The Conjuring the Lover number 4. It's a mouthful as part of their new horror line. Future State Gotham number 4. This is part of the ongoing set in Future State, which the current titles are running to anyway. Peacekeeper Red versus the next Batman to the death. Probably not for either of those. Green Lantern number 6. Sinestro fights Joe. The Green Lantern Corps fights the Yellow Lantern Corps. And what will happen? Lots Simon Boz, Jessica Cruz has joined the Yellow Corps. How's that going to play into everything? Kilowog fights for his life. So anyway, Hardware Season 1 number 2. Brandon Thomas putting in this book. And Icon of Rocket Season 1 number 3. And I thought Static was in here, but apparently we're shifting over to Infinite Frontier number 6. This is the final issue of the limited series that is intending to bring Darkseid kind of really to the front and lead into our next big event. So President Superman, Alan Scott, Roy Harper, and the rest converge for a showdown. The Omega Planet is revealed. And, the next phase of the DC multiverse begins with Darkseid as the super big bad of all. Justice League number 68. Brian Michael Bendis, Ram V. We have the tour. The Justice League has some new members, this being Black Adam and Hippolyta and Nadine. No, I'm just kidding. And they are they're going to do a tour, sure. Justice League Infinity, number 3. Chip Zdarsky. Oh no, this is James DeMatteis. What am I saying? James Tucker. The Justice League fights alternate versions of each other. Could be fun. Justice League Last Ride, number 5. This is by Chip Zdarsky. This is where they sit around a campfire and talk about Darkseid. So it's all good. Schmores. And Legends of the Dark Knight, number 5. Brandon Thomas. This is, again, roughly 30% of all the comics are directly Batman, and almost 50% involve Batman in some way at this point with DC. That's it's a lot of Batman. As you can tell, we still got a long way to go, too. Here's Looney Tunes 262, Mad Magazine number 22, and Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom number 5. I think this is the final issue of this limited series, as I recall. Maybe, I think I can't keep track now if it's 5 issues or 6 issues, but anyway, we have that going on. Doesn't say the final issue, so maybe it's going 6. Here's Pennyworth, number 2, a title intended to tie into the comic, 7 issues. Robin, number 6, Josh Williamson, Gleb Melnikov. Good for, I'll give Gleb, I tease Gleb because he constantly ribs Byrne, but at least we've got 6 issues and he's on art. How nice that like an artist is staying on a book. It's a miracle. It's magic. Rorschach, number 12, our final issue of Tom King's limited series here. The end of the mystery is here. The mystery is how many people are going to be still reading it at the end of 12 issues. This one has lost all heat. What's funny about this series is the biggest, most hype this comic got, or the most attention it got, is when the writer was complaining about the alternate cover artist that was on it. That's a shame. Ruby Justice League number 6. This is again reprinting, I believe, the digital here. Sensational Wonder Woman number 7. Here we go, final issue of this. Shazam number 3 of this limited series. This is all very much connected to the Future State book with Billy Batson. One more issue. This is a 4-issue limited series. They go up against Neuron. Static Season 1 number 4. Again, why? What? I understand there's alphabetical thing going on here, but it sometimes they break that. It's completely confusing why they do it this way. Strange Adventures number 12, another Tom King book, wrapping it up. Mr. Terrific hasn't just dug into the past, he's jackhammered it to pieces, exposing Adam Strange and wrecking the character forever by deconstructing him and doing awful things. Yeah, I'm sure that will work out great for the brand. Suicide Squad, number 7, Ambush Bug. Okay. Amanda Waller recruits Ambush Bug. We'll see how that goes. Suicide Squad, Get Joker, number 3. Brian Azzarello. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 4. This is part of the 8 copies of this. This is Tom King doing a Western. Superman 78, number 2. This is Robert Venditti doing what he said is his dream job, so it'll be interesting to see that. 6 issues. Superman the Authority, number 4. I believe this is the final issue of this series. This is Grant Morrison, Mikel Janin. This is an explosive conclusion that will threaten to turn. So basically, this comic is another one of those. Will reveal the future of Superman, but we've got like 3 or 4 of those going, so we'll see how that goes. Superman, Son of Kal-El, features John Kent trying to defend the Metropolis and the Earth in his father's absence. So Tom Taylor on this. I love the strategy of having multiple timelines and versions of Superman running around all at the exact same moment is an interesting one. We'll see how that works out for them. Teen Titans Academy, number 7. Gorilla Grodd versus Gorilla Greg. Who doesn't like a monkey fight, right? Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries, number 6. We've got The Flash, 774, which is continuing to dig into the family of Wally West. So that's nice, introducing Dr. Nightmare. The Joker, number 7. The Joker flies a plane, sure. Joker Presents a Puzzle Box, number 2 by Matt Rosenberg. Nice House on the Lake, number 4. This continues this kind of horror-ish suspense type title. The terrifying truth of the house is revealed. Swamp Thing, number 7. This is again 10-part series where the Suicide Squad is showing up. Wonder Girl, number 5. The Jolie Jones writer, the artist, has shifted out to Adriana Mello, just as a change to that book, which is a shame because Jones was putting out a wonderful looking book. Wonder Woman 779. Dead Man is still hanging out in the book. All good things must end. So Princess Diana's quest for truth comes to a thrilling conclusion. We may be getting close to having Wonder Woman back in continuity after her. The backup tale was about the quest for truth. This is her darkest fear, a future without her in it. That seems awful egotistical for me. Anyway, Wonder Woman Black and Gold, number 4. This kind of anthology piece is still there. And then we have collections. So Wonder Woman by George Perez. American Vampire 1976 collected, which is nice. Batman of Burnside omnibus. Okay. The omnibus 2 of Snyder and Capullo's work. We have Batman Superman the second volume trade from Josh Williamson. We have Last Night on Earth collected. I think again, I believe this has been collected for. Maybe this is a soft cover. Yeah, it's a soft cover. I think we've had the hardcover already. Batman Volume 1, their Dark Designs. So Tinian collection here. An old collection of Green Arrow, Longbow Hunter Saga. This is a great omnibus. Some really wonderful stories there. The Inferior 5, collected by Giffen and Lemire. Man-Bat collected from the recent series. Superman, Man of Steel, Volume 4. Continue to make money off John Byrne, is what I like to call this. But you do have Ordway and Paul Kupperberg, who did a great interview with us. Flash, Volume 15, Finish Line. So Josh Williamson collecting his run. We have another deluxe edition, book 4 of The Sandman out. And that's it. So no shortage of comics. Lots there. Still tons. Same thing every month right now. Tons of Batman. Lots of limited series. DC promising the huge march up to Crisis and events and all kinds of shenanigans coming out certainly throughout 2022. So that's what we have to look forward to. What are you buying on this list? What do you like? What are you excited by? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course. And